Let me introduce you to the most efficient, most effective client tracking and management system you'll ever seen in the online coaching space. If you always find yourself getting overwhelmed by complicated spreadsheets or having an inefficient communication with your clients where you have to send resources, voice notes, call recordings, essentially you are repeating yourself, this video is not only going to save you time, but it's also going to make you more money because this system leverages AI, which improves clients' experience, meaning the retention and the lifetime value are going to increase. You make more money for one client without increasing your input, meaning you have a higher capacity and a higher earning potential without increasing your workload. The best part, it's free, it's easy to set up. You don't have to learn a new platform and it's plug and play. If you click the first link in the description below, you're gonna get redirected to this page where you can duplicate these templates. And if you follow along this video, I'm gonna show you how to set it up and how to personalize it for yourself and how to use it for your clients. I'm using it for my clients and my clients are using it for their clients and they are saving time. They get compliments for their clients, which are more accountable because this system actually works. If they're more accountable, they get better results, which then you can leverage in your marketing to get more clients and lower the acquisition cost. In this video, I'm going to show you how to duplicate the template, how to personalize it, how to add your own clients to this template, and how to use it, and then how to automate it. Let's get into it. Here I am with my big ass cursor. The first step is to click the first link in the description of this video to open this page. Once you are on this page, you click this button up here to duplicate this template to your Notion workspace. Now, if you haven't got a Notion account yet, you have to create one, super simple, free and fast. And after you've done that, you're gonna see something like this, either on Chrome or whatever browser you're using, or on the Notion desktop app, which I suggest you download because it's pretty useful. Now, the first step is to personalize this database with your specific data and with the resources that you want to give to your clients when they come on board. Because this template is not only going to give you the possibility to share a portal with your clients where you can drop resources, call recordings and stuff, as you're ever going to see later in this video, but the cool thing is that you also track clients. You know when they have the next check-in, you know the emotional status, you know which plan they are on, you know when they sign, you know when the program ends, you have information, and you also have marketing information to make more informed marketing decisions and improve your marketing, right? You have the lifetime value, so you can also use it as an expense tracker type of thing, right? So really a lot of stuff, and we're gonna go over everything. But as you can see, if you implement this for yourself, for your business, you're not only gonna improve the client experience, but really marketing, time management, a lot. All right, so let's go step by step and let's see every single step to implement this into your business. So you can change the name, but I don't see why you should. And then the first thing really is to click this toggle here next to the new button and edit the template, because this new page default is the default page created every time we create a new item in this database. So you click the three dots here and you click edit. All right, and then you can click, you can edit, the template for a new database item. We have a bunch of properties, but don't touch them for now. All I want you to focus now is the client's name portal. All right, and in here, you edit this text with whatever you want your clients to get access to as soon as they come on board. Might be a PDF, might be a Notion document, might be a video, whatever you want, you just drop it in here. And every time you onboard a new client, and we're gonna see later in the video how to automate the onboarding process. But whenever you do that, whenever they get access to their portal, they see the resources directly in here, which already improves the onboarding process and set the stage for the entire relationship between you and your client. All right, that said, that done, the next step is to import your clients. Now, if you've got like 5 to 10 clients, then you can simply click new and create new pages for new clients. For example, Jack Smith, because I have a lot of creativity. And you just do it for every client. And then the other thing that you have to do is to change the name of the client's portal. For example, again, Jack Smith portal. And then you share this portal with the client. So you click share up here and you share only the portal. You don't share the entire database. You don't share this page. You share the portal inside the client's page. All right. This is really important. Now, if you have lots of clients, you can also use the import function here in Notion to import your clients from a spreadsheet, from a CSV file, whatever you use at the moment, okay? Now, the next step is to also include information for every client. So the progress, not started, done, or in progress. The emotional status. This is really important because then from here, for example, you can see which clients are maybe not that happy. And if we have clients that are not extremely happy, we have to make them happy so that we can increase their retention and make sure that they get results. And the cool thing is that if you can immediately see that you have some clients that need a bit more attention, you can just remember or ask your team to focus more on those clients, right? And speaking about team, the other cool thing about this database is that you can set a coach for that client. This is why this database is so useful for online coaching, because even if you have team members or coaches coaching your clients, you can see who's coaching who, and you can give access to this database to your coaches so that you have a maxed out dashboard to track your clients, right? And again, all this is gonna save you time and make you money. Now, the next step is to select the plan, right? Now here I have some default plans, for example, monthly coaching, 4-month package, 6-month package, and yearly plan. But you can edit the plans by clicking edit property, and you can add more options and remove options or change the name of my options, all right? And then you can set a date for the next check-in. So that's in your calendar, you're going to be able to see when you have the next check-in with that specific client, right? Kind of like a calendar. And then once you do that check-in, you can simply move it to the next week so that you keep everything organized. And by the way, you can even get your VA to keep this neat and tidy, but again, you play around with it. And again, stick with me because towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to automate the whole process. And that's really key because yes, this is cool, but if you can automate it, it's even going to be more powerful. So you want to also set a date sign so that the program end date is going to be automatically calculated according to which program they're on. And then it's also good to have email, phone number, date of birth, gender, employment, country, address, just some information in here so that every time you need to, contact a client via phone or via email or whatever, you can, again, pull the information from here. Or when you need to set up automations to do other tasks, like for example, sending invoices, you can link Notion with Gmail through Zapier, and you can send automatic invoices, and you don't have to, again, do everything manually. This is the foundation for a lot of automations, really. After you have all the data organized in this place, where you can also track clients, everything else is going to be extremely easy in your marketing. By the way, just to mention a little automation that you can already set up after you create and duplicate this database for yourself is a very simple automation where whenever you onboard a client, you send a client information form where they submit their email, their phone number, date of birth, gender, employment, country, and address. And then you create an automation that puts those information from that survey. Maybe you can use Tally, you can use Typeform, and then you grab that information automatically through Zapier and you just put it into this database. Super simple. All right. Program mandate, like I said, are automatically calculated, and then the payment plan. So as soon as the database item is created, and by the way, if you have a sleek onboarding process, you can automate the creation of a new database item when you onboard a new client, right? Super, super sleek. So you send an email, you send the onboarding email after you sign a client, and in the onboarding email, they submit, for example, the information. And whenever they submit the information, whenever we get a new submission on that form, we not only add the information here, but we also create a new page, right? So super automated. What else? And then after the page is created, you can manually edit the sale value, or again, you can automate it. If you want to create a automation between Stripe and Notion, you can literally do everything. But yeah, the sale value, the cash collected on the call, the running total, and the lifetime value, all right? And this is a formula. This is automatically calculated. And then you can also change the currency. For example, you're using euros or dollars. Alrighty, and then also the units. For example, if you sell 3 monthly packages, then you can update the unit number. And then if you have any upsells, for example, an ebook, you can have it here. And then you can also select a next payment due date so that you remember when they have to pay you next time. Then here you can see the active clients. So it's the same view, but there is a small filter only for active clients. And here you have old clients, so clients that ended the contract. Here you can see your check-ins, like we said, next payments. Here you can see the number of clients signed. So you can also have a chart to see how the month actually went. Here you have like gender. Again, this is useful for marketing purposes. If you notice that all your clients are men, then just target men in your ads, right? Emotional status, like we said, lifetime values. Here you can see the lifetime values of specific clients. Countries, again, for marketing purposes. Employment, again, for marketing purposes to target your ads better. Coaches headcount. So if you have multiple coaches, here you can see which coach has how many clients. And then you can also see which plan is the most sold, all right? So as you can see, there is a lot of information, but if you set this up, it's gonna be really, really effective because you're gonna have all the information in one place. But here is where it gets really interesting, because for now we're just tracking clients. But how do you manage clients using this system? Well, if you are using Notion, there is a function called Notion AI. And what Notion AI is going to do, by the way, to activate Notion AI, you navigate to the side menu and then you scroll down and you can upgrade to the Notion AI version, which costs whatever, 15, 20 bucks a month. And what that's gonna do is gonna allow you to take notes, to take AI notes from calls, which is pretty much what I showed you in the Miro board here, right? You can take AI notes from the calls. And to be honest, I use Fathom, I use different recording platforms, but the notes that you get from Notion AI are incredibly good. And at the end of the notes, you also have some action items, right? Which again are superior to those you get from Fathom. And here's the thing. Whenever you jump on a call, if you have the Notion desktop app, a pop-up is going to appear on the screen on your desktop, on your Zoom app or Google Meet app, which says record meeting Notion AI note taker, whatever. You click it and this page is going to be automatically created, right? And after you finish the meeting, this Notion AI note taker is going to start creating this summary with the action items at the end for you and for your client. And here's the thing. Then you can also drop the call recording if you want at the top. That's usually what I do. And then after you create this, you simply click the, let's say that you are, let me make an example. All right, this is pretty much what you're going to get once you finish the call. And this page is going to be in your private workspace. And as you can see, we have a very thorough but concise summary and some action items for you and for the client, according to, of course, what you say during the call. And now here's the thing. You click the three dots up here and you click move to, and then you just type here the name of your client, in this case, Lam Portal, and then you click portal, and the page with the notes and the call recording is going to be automatically added to their portal, where they have the resources at the top and then all the call recordings with the notes down here. How cool is this for clients? They have everything in one place. They know what they have to do. They can come back to notes. They can watch the call recordings. They can access resources all in one place. And they can access this portal from their phone, from their iPad, from whatever. This is why this delivery system is so slick. Because you're not going to waste time sending summaries to clients, sending voice notes to them, because everything is in here. So even if they ask you for a resource, you can drop the resource in here. If they don't recall what you mentioned in the call, what they have to do for next week, they have it here. You're gonna save at least half an hour per client every time you have a meeting with them, right? Because then you don't have to send them reminders, because they have everything in here. That's why this is so bloody powerful. Now, finally, speaking about automations, like I mentioned during the video, the first automation you should set up is automatically create a new item inside this database whenever you get a new submission to your client form. So that's the only thing you have to do when you onboard a client, is to send the templated email, and then inside the templated email, they have the form, and then when a form is submitted, you create automatically a new page with the new data. The second automation you can set up is an automation that automatically updates the cash collected. So whenever you get a payment from a specific email, you can update a specific database item. Pretty simple. Another automation you can create is, for example, to send invoices. So again, whenever you get a payment, you can send an invoice to this email, and you can personalize the invoice with this address and this name. Once you have everything stored in one place, it's super easy to then pull the information for various automations. And Notion is one of the platforms that is better connected with Zapier. So here you have it. Now you know how to duplicate it, how to personalize it, how to add your own clients, how to use it, and how to automate it. Now, I didn't want to make this video too long. That's why I didn't talk about specifically how to create the automations with Zapier. But if you're keen, if you're interested, just drop a comment and I'm going to create a video showing the exact automations to automate the whole process. And if you need any help because you cannot set up the thing, or you have any problems, just feel free to DM me something on Instagram. The second link is in the description below. But please implement this for yourself, because this is going to really dramatically increase your leverage, because you're going to make more money and spend less time. Ciao, ciao.